Hello, good morning everyone. Today we are starting our continuing chapter, that is financial statement analysis. Under financial statement analysis, we have already done ratio analysis. After that, there are another three methods in your syllabus, that is I have already told you that comparative method, common size method and trend percentage analysis for analysis of financial statement. Out of that, first one is comparative statement, or we may say that comparative balance sheet. See, this method is already done in your 12th standard, I guess. It's quite easy as compared to ratio analysis, because in ratio analysis you have to remember the formulas of each and every ratios. Under this method you don't remember anything, but you just compare the data of 2 years. That is, for example, the balance sheet of 2010 and 2011 is given. It is already given in the question, you don't worry about this. The share capital, here the preference share capital in the year 2010 is 25,000 and in the year 2011 also 25,000. So not an increase or not a decrease. You have to compare these two figure, that is previous year figure and current year figure. If any change is, or we may say that if increase, then you have to put such amount in the column of increase, and if decrease, then you have to put such amount in the column of decrease. Same way, equity share capital, no change in equity share capital, so we have put dash over here. Then capital reserve here 5,000, in 2011 also 5,000, so dash. General reserve 20,000 in the year 2010 and in the year 2011 26,000. So how much amount increase? Yes, 6,000 increase in the year 2011, so we have to put such amount increase 6,000 in the column of increase. Now contingent reserve 2,500 and 12,500, so in the column of increase 10,000. P&L appropriation 17,500 and in the year 2011 20,000, so increase amount is 2,500. Continue with current assets. Under current assets, stock in the year 2010 and 2011, here is the column of increase and is the column of decrease, right? So stock in the year 2010 38,125 and the 49,250, so increase in the column of 11,125. Debtors again in the year 2010 2011 increase. Bills receivable in the year 2010 in the year 2011 again increase, so we have to put in the column of increase. In the column of decrease, dash. Prepaid expense 500 and 2,500, so increase in the column of 2,000. Current liabilities, again creditors 46,000, 45,000 in the year 2010, 46,000 and in the year 2011 45,000, so 1,000 decrease in the amount with compared to previous year. So this is the current year, 2011 is current year and 2010 is previous year. So compare it with previous year, the amount of current year is decreased by 1,000, so we have to put 1,000 in the column of decrease, that is 1,000. Bills payable in the year 2010 3,500 and in the year 2011 5,000, so we can say that with compared to previous year, the amount of current year will increase 1,500, so we have to put 1,500 in the column of increase column, right? Outstanding expense, that is 820 and 775, so with compared to previous year, the amount of current year will decrease, so we have to put 45 rupees in the column of decrease. Bank overdraft again 8,000 and 10,025, so increase in the amount of 2,025. Then other assets, that is fixed assets 89,650 and in the year 2010 and in the year 2011 92,150, so compare with current year, previous year, we can find that 2,500 will be increase in the year current year, so we have to put 2500 in the increase column. Plant and machinery, again fixed assets 16,420, with compared to current year the amount of previous year is quite high, so we can say that in the current year the amount of plant and machinery will increase by 3,920, so we have to put such amount 3,920 in the column of decrease, right? So we can say that first method of comparative balance sheet is quite easy. You just compare the data of previous year and current year. If it is increase, then we have to put in the column of increase, and if it is decrease, then we have to put in the column of decrease, right? Now it is quite the amount of increase and decrease. We can also write, or we can also ask in form of percentage also. So we can say that how we can compare the percentage in form of percentage. So yes, yes, it's in form of percentage. Comparative is not given. See, we can also calculate comparative method in the profit and loss account also. So we can say that you have already done your profit and loss account. Your profit and loss account is given 2008-9 and 2009-10. You also compare sales in the year 2008-9, 7,91,000. In the year 2009-10 it is 8,33,000. So we can say that it compared to 2010 and 2009, the amount of 2010 is quite higher than that of, so we have to put such amount in form of in the column of increase. Say it is the format of profit and loss account which you have already learned in your 12th standard, right? Comparative. So now next method which you have not learned in your 12th standard, that is trend percentage. See, from the following information of a company, prepare statement showing trend percentage and make comment on it. Trend percentage. See, here balance of 3 years is given. See, 1, 2 and 3. So first year is considered as a base year, BASEYR, base year, right? So what you have to do, compare, you have to compare base year with other year, that is continuing year. For example, in the year 2008-9, cash under current assets is 22,000 and cash under 2009 is 1,18,000 and cash under 2010-11 is 10,000. So how we can calculate trend percentage analysis? Here base year is considered as 100. The amount of base year is considered as 100. Let's 100 be the, yes. So how we can calculate trend percentage analysis? Yes, cash in the 2018 22,000 and cash in the 2019 is 1,18,000. So how we can calculate such percentage, that is 556. How come it in the year 2010 and how come in the year 2011? So let's calculate. In the year 2008-9, cash amount is 22,000. Let's say percentage is 100. So in the year 2010, in the year 2010, 1,18,000, how much percentage? So 1,18,000 multiplied by 100 upon 22,000. So it is a base year, so we have to put such amount in the base. So the answer of that particular solution is 536. We have to put 536 in the column of 2009, but in form of percentage. Right, 536. So how you can calculate, you have already seen. Again another one in the year 2010-11, base year is 22,000. You have to do simple. If you cannot make this format, then you can directly write it down. 10,000 upon 22,000 multiply by 100. So the answer is 45%. We have to put in the column of 45. You remember nothing but 40,000 divided by base year multiply by 100. 45,000 divided by base year multiply by 100. Again 1,70,000 divided by base year multiply by 100. 1,50,000 divided by base year, that is amount of base year, 2,08,000 multiply by 100. Same, the answer is it is the answering column. Yes, you don't make total of that particular two columns. Again these are the current assets and that fixed assets. Again building 28,000, it is considered as a base year. 23,000 divided by 28,000, amount of base year, percentage is 82. 36,000 divided by 28,000, amount is 129. 26,000 divided by 31,000, amount 84. 41 divided by 30, 132. It is quite simple, that is trend analysis. Again same is like assets, you have to make liabilities also. Base year, right, first year is considered to be as a base year. 4 lakh divided by 4 lakh multiply by 100, it means answer is 100. 5 lakh divided by 4 lakh multiply by 100, it means answer is 125. 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh multiply by 100, answer is 1 lakh. 1 lakh divided by 1 lakh multiply by 100, answer is 1 lakh. Again 80,000 divided by 90,000 multiply by 100, answer is 89. 42,000 divided by 90,000, answer is 47. 20,000 divided by base year amount, that is 15,000 multiply by 100, the answer is 139. Same way 25,000 divided by 15,000 multiply by 100, answer is 167. Again this same procedure will be continued for the trend percentage analysis. First one is comparative method. Under comparative method, the two column, or we may say the data of 2 years is given in that particular. How you can identify the question of common size and trend percentage. Under trend percentage, n number of year is given, and in the comparative method only 2 years data will be asked in your question. You have to compare current year and previous year and amount of increase and decrease. And in the trend percentage, more than 2 years is given in your question and ask you to prepare a trend percentage analysis, or we may say the trend analysis method for analysis your financial statement. Same way you can prepare your P&L account also. So let's see how can prepare a P&L account in the trend percentage. So let's say sales in the year 2009-10, or sorry 8-9, 7 lakh 91,000 and 2010, 8 lakh 33,000 in the year 2000. Again same procedure you have to make in the profit and loss account also, which we have done in the balance sheet. 8 lakh 33,000 divided by 7 lakh 91,000 multiply by 100, so the answer will be 105, that is in form of percentage. Again 9 lakh 35,000 divided by 7 lakh 91,000 multiply by 100, the answer will be 118 in the column of 2010-11 percentage. Same way the cost of sales in the year 2009-10, 5 lakh 10,000 and base year amount is 4 lakh 90,000 multiply by 100, you have to make 107. Again same 582 divided by 490 multiplied by 100. But what you have to do over here, see, you have to keep in mind this format. So sales minus cost of goods sold, that is answer is GP, that is gross profit. You have to make this format also. Again, all the expense, that is expense related to sales and other, you have to deduct such expense, that is trading profit. The answer is trading profit, and you have to add, that is plus other income. Then it will come profit before tax. If any expense will remain, then you have to deduct. If this expense you will not deduct over here, you can also deduct over here also. That is profit before tax. After that you have to deduct income tax, then profit after tax, then abnormal items, that is loss on sale of fixed assets and loss by fire. These are considered to be as abnormal loss, or we may say the abnormal items. We have to deduct from this, and the answer at the end, that is net profit, is 33,000. See, this data will already given in the question. You did not worry about this. So let's say yes, this data is given in the question or not. Yes, this question, in the question it is given. When you make trend analysis, then you have to prepare such format, and on the basis of such format you have to prepare this data also, right? So our second method, that is trend analysis, is also over here. Now the common size statement. See, third method, that is common size statement, which is also learned in your 12th standard. It is also quite simple as compared to previous one, that is trend analysis. Yeah. Common size statement. Here the figure of balance sheet of, we can say that common size P&L account is given. P&L account for the year ended 2010 and 2011. Prepare common size income statement with interpretation. Common size. So the data of 2 years is given over here. Cost of goods sold, sales. We have to continue with sales. Sales in the year 2010, 4,45,000, 6,45,000, in the year 2000, 720. Here, if you have asked comparative method, then you have to compare with this. But in the common size statement, you need not to worry about second year data. If data of second year is not given, then also you can make common size statement. It means that in 1 year data you can also prepare common size statement, mind you well. So here the common size income statement, first 2 year data, which is already given in the question. How we can prepare such information? So sales you have to put 100 directly. Let be the 100, let sales be the 100 in the column of 2011 and in the column of 2009 also 100. So we are calculating first year, only first year data, that is 2019. Sales is 6,45,000 and cost of goods sold is 3 lakh. How we can find this amount? Mind you well, 3 lakh divided by sales, that is you have to compare with sales also. Sales only, 3 lakh divided by 4,45,000 multiplied by 100, answer will be 46.51. Here gross profit, 3,45,000 divided by sales, that is 6,45,000 multiplied by 100, answer is 43.49. Again admin expense, 1 lakh divided by sales, that is 6,45,000 multiplied by 100, the answer will be 15.50. Again 1,50,000 divided by 645 multiplied by 100, 250 divided by 645, answer will be 95 divided by 645, the answer will be 14.67 sorry. So if you have not given the data of 2010-11, then also you can prepare a common size statement. Again the same 7,70,000 with the amount of cells, you have to divide each and every components with cells and multiply it with 100, and the answering column will be yes. 3,75,000 divided by 770 multiplied by 100, the answer will be 48.70. 395 divided by 770, the answer will be such. 1 lakh divided by 770, the answer will be again same in the form of common size, right? This is the third method which you have already learned in your 12th standard. So the homework you have to done, or you may say the practice of these three methods you have to done in your books of 12th standard. Thank you everyone.